Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review, worth the buy or no, on a bunch of MAC products that I have here. I'm super excited to be talking about MAC products because you guys always ask me for my reference when it comes to color range for MAC and all that. So I'm very fortunate enough that MAC Cosmetics and Octoly sent me over these products so that I can try out. I'm super excited. I have the foundation Studio Fix Fluid Foundation in NC37. So we're gonna see how this does with my skin. Then I have the Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation, which I know a lot of people love this. I have this in NC40, which I figured if NC37 is a little too light on me, I can just go in with the foundation powder and mix it up, and then I can just go in store and buy the one that suits me the best if I really fall in love with the Studio Fix foundation. I feel like this is too light. I also have a MAC Fix Plus, which I actually already have one. I purchased this probably like a few months ago, but I literally always purchase these probably like every 6 months I purchase a new one because I literally use my MAC Fix Plus like it's nobody's business. I use it to make my highlight look more intense. I use it to just kind of intensify my eyeshadow. Like I use this all the time. So this is just a staple to my collection. So I was fortunate enough to get another one, which I will definitely be using once I run out of this one. And then I also got a strobe cream, which is in the color Goldlite, which I'm super excited. I love MAC highlighters. So I've always purchased their lipsticks and their highlighters. They have the most beautiful highlighters. I never tried the liquid highlighters, like the strobing creams. So I'm really excited to try this one, but their highlighters are on point. I'm so excited to see their holiday collection highlighters because they always come through with the highlighters. From time to time when I feel like my skin needs a little bit more love, I like to go in with the MAC Fix Plus and I just spray this all over. And I'm just going to be using the Rihanna Fenty Beauty Primer because this is gonna blur my imperfections and also kind of keep things more on the oil-free side for me. So I'm just gonna put this all over. Now we're gonna go ahead and open the foundation. This is the Studio Fix Fluid. It also has sunscreen. It doesn't really tell me the pros and cons of it, but this is what it looks like right here. Maybe a little light. Let's see. It says shake well, and this has 1 ounce, and this one doesn't have a pump, so you have to be very careful. It reminds me of the Estee Lauder Double Wear where you have to kind of just eyeball it, but I feel like this one may be a little light for me. Ooh. Maybe. But the good thing is that we do have the powder, the Studio Fix powder, which is NC40, which will kind of like darken it up just a tad. So this is NC37. So when I first went to get matched a while ago, they were like, you're NC35. I'm like, I don't think I'm NC35. So then I was like, I feel like I'm more like NC40 maybe. It really, I think, depends though on the season. So I think that that's why maybe like during the time that they saw me, I was more fair, but I don't think I would ever really be an NC35. But I just went with it and I was like, okay, I'm NC35, but I feel like I wasn't. Whoa, this looks a little light. So it did cover, but there's still some red peeking through. So just be mindful. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. They also sent over this brush, which is the MAC 150, or let's see, 190. So it's a flat brush. I like to use these brushes when I'm doing makeup clients because I feel like they're so effective. It's literally like you're painting a wall type of situation. I feel like this shade is gonna be too light, but it actually kind of matches my neck a little bit. I don't know. We will see. Oh no, the brush is like a little too stiff for my taste right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and just use my brush. I'm gonna definitely have to go in with one more layer because I feel like that's not covering. I'm gonna bring it down. It's more of a thicker consistency though. It's not like thick, but it's definitely more, it doesn't run. I feel like the application looks better with a sponge. There's still areas in my skin that the product won't just stay on. So I'm gonna go in with the powder and hope that that works better for me. We have this NC40 Studio Fix powder, which I'm gonna be taking out right now. Looks like that. I feel like it literally looks exactly the same as this, but it says NC40, so let's dive in. I feel like this looks exactly the same though as the NC37. I feel like if somebody that doesn't like to wear a lot of makeup and just wants to like even out your skin complexion, the powder is really good because it's very pigmented. I'm using it just to kind of go over the areas where I feel like the foundation, the liquid foundation, didn't do much for me. So that's what I'm doing right now. I think honestly NC42 would probably be the best because I feel like NC40 is still very similar to NC37. I'm actually gonna also go ahead and just use a little bit more MAC Fix Plus to kind of hydrate because I do feel like it was a little too much makeup. I wouldn't recommend using the liquid foundation and using the powder all over the skin. If you use the liquid foundation, I would say use the powder on the areas where you tend to get oily or on the areas where you feel like you still have some blemishes or redness that are still peeking through. But all over the face like I was first using, I feel like that's a no-go. It looks pretty good now that I used both products. Definitely added and gave me that full coverage. It is clinging on a little bit around my nose in this area right here. So you really would have to make sure that you're very careful when you're applying this product. Like I mentioned, the way I was shaking it, you really want to shake it well because it is more of a thicker consistency. So you really want to get this to just work right. I also feel like with a brush it would be good. Definitely a fluffy kabuki brush. I wouldn't recommend applying this foundation with a flat brush. I feel like this brush is more suitable for things like the Next to Nothing MAC foundation because it is more of that liquidy ready consistency. So now I'm going to go ahead and see how these work with the rest of my products, and then I will come back and use the strobe cream because I really want to see how this looks. I'm super interested on that. So I'll do this more on camera for that. So I'll be right back. I am back. I went ahead and did my entire face of makeup. I did bronze up and everything. And to be honest, I feel like now it looks pretty good. Now that I bronzed up and did everything I needed to do, it doesn't look like it's too light. But guys, I know you don't need to hound me about how, oh, the shade's off, because I know it's off. Like I see it. So no worries. If I do end up loving this foundation, then of course, like I mentioned a million times, I will be sure to buy NC40 or NC42 and probably go back and get color matched, because I feel like with MAC, I personally have to get color matched as the seasons go because I'm like a different shade all the time. If you guys are wondering what I'm wearing on my lip, I'm super excited to talk about this one because it's the MAC Nicki Minaj collaboration. This is Nicki's Nude. The packaging is fuego. Like this is gorgeous. And then it's like this gorgeous pink, definitely flatters my skin tone. The other one's way too light. I think it's the pink print. That one is like too light. It's probably look beautiful on very fair skin people, but on me, it's not that great. So blending out the contour, it was kind of separating the foundation. So that's just something to keep in mind. But that was the only concern that I had. Really quickly, I want to actually look at the claims for the MAC Studio Fix Fluid. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so this foundation says that it is a formula that lasts for a full 24 hours. It combines a matte finish and a medium to full buildable coverage. You first apply it's medium, but the more you build it up, the more it starts to look like a fuller coverage. But still, even when I added a little bit more, I did feel like I needed to use a Studio Fix powder to just kind of go back in those areas and blot. The benefits is that it's long wearing, 24 hours, reduces appearance of pores, controls oils and shine, non-drying for all skin types, especially oily skin, provides stay true to color. Yeah, I don't feel like this oxidized, no streaking, no caking. I do feel like there's a little bit of cakiness when you use a little bit more. Maybe because I did go ahead and use the powder and the liquid foundation together, it does look a little tiny bit cakey. So before I go ahead and just start my day, I'm gonna go ahead and actually also open up the strobe cream. You can honestly use this by itself, like whether you're not wearing foundation and you just want to give your skin a little bit more of that illuminated look, or you can also use this mixed with your foundation. Unfortunately, I completely forgot to do that, but that's fine because I'm still gonna go ahead and use it just on my high points. So I went ahead and grabbed the shade Goldlite. So we'll see how this one looks. It looks just like moisturizer. Okay, I start to get that tint right there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I do see a little bit of glow. It's more of that very natural glow. Oh, that's pretty. I would say this is kind of geared more towards my girls who may have like a good amount of texture like I do from time to time, where it's like very heavy texture and you don't want to really enhance that with powders. You can just go ahead with this liquid and still get a nice glow. It might not be as intense, but your texture won't be as enhanced as it would be with like a powder. So I'm gonna have to go back to MAC and pick up some more of these strobe creams because this is amazing. I really like the strobe cream. I'm gonna see how I feel about the foundations, but I feel like this is good. And then what else is there? MAC Fix Plus, I always use that, so that's a keeper. And then I also received this brush that I didn't really use, but I feel like this would be really good for like chiseling out your cheekbones. I was about to say chiseling. Chiseling out your cheekbones and just adding some nice bronzer on there. Or even if you want to use this to highlight, maybe you like a little bit more of like that highlight here because it does have that fan effect. But so far, I think just from first impressions, my favorite one has to be the strobe cream. I feel like I need more of these. So I will be back in a few hours and give you guys my full thoughts on these MAC face products. I think that overall, this foundation is pretty good. I would say if you are looking for a matte foundation that is going to look matte throughout the day, this is a good option. I came to film at like 9 a.m. and it is now 11 p.m. So it's been a very, very long day. And even when I did blot it, the foundation is still going on strong. Like I could go on with this foundation for like probably like 6 more hours. So I do feel like it is a very long wearing foundation, which is awesome. So I think I will be trying this again. I would have to say using that brush right here, like this flat brush with this foundation, did not work. I would suggest if you are using this foundation, make sure that you use it alone, and then once you're done all your face, then you can go in with the Studio Fix powder and just apply in the areas that you need to. If you don't like using liquid foundations, then I think that the Studio Fix powder is a good alternative because it does a good job of covering up any imperfections and giving you that even complexion because it is a very pigmented powder. But I still feel like my favorite product is the strobing cream. Like the glow isn't as intense, but it's still slightly there. It's like a glow from within, which is really awesome, especially when you want that more natural look. And I feel like I've been really into that more natural situation lately, so this would be more for my natural type of girl. So those are my overall thoughts. I think that it really just depends on preferences. On some people it's not going to work, on some people it is going to work. I'm not here to tell you, you need to go get this, you don't need to get this. I'm just here to give you my opinions, and then you guys can base your own opinions based on what I suggested and based on how the results looked on my skin. So I'm just going to go ahead and get off camera and take off these lashes because mama is ready to take these lashes off. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did enjoy watching it, don't forget to thumbs this video up. It helps me out, lets me know that you guys enjoy watching these videos, and I can continue filming these videos for you guys in the future. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys are new, because I wouldn't want you guys to miss these reviews for the world, because I always hook you guys up with some bomb ass reviews. I will be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.